Hey, what's going on, guys? We are back on another episode of the Daily Grind. We are so blessed. Thank you for joining us. And here's a little insight into what we do into the shop. So what are we doing over here? We are doing a dual battery setup using Odyssey 34, Group 34 series batteries here. And the cool thing is we're building a custom bracket so we can take both batteries and fit them together. Normally on a Toyota truck, you'll see the primary battery kind of sitting horizontal here. We're able to fit both vertically by moving the fuse box forward, creating a custom battery box or like a bracket down there, and then modifying the bracket even to push the air compressor forward a little bit. So a lot of work in this little section, but it's going to be great. The customer's going to have a, AGM, Odyssey primary battery, and a backup battery for auxiliary function stuff. If they want to run a refrigerator or some camping lights at their campsite, whatever it may be, charge some cameras, anything like that, you can do it off your second battery and never deplete your original so that you can always start and go. Beautiful thing is when you're driving, that alternator is going to charge both batteries back up so you're ready for the next round. So what are we doing?
What are we doing?
So if you followed us and you've been with us along the way, you know that as a shop we like to push the limits a little bit. We take these like really cool vacation adventures, camping trips, road trips, whether it's in a car, in a truck, whatever it may be, but we're kind of like mixing the two worlds now. I daily drive this Volvo, this cross country XC70. It's been a great car so far, and I've always wanted to do this trip into northern Quebec, right? Take the Trans Taiga road. The Trans Taiga road is basically a gravel, unpaved road that takes you, into the Taiga in northern Quebec. And this is a 450-mile road or something like that to the end, and then you got to drive it back. There's one spot for gas along this road, so there's a lot of logistics, like, clocking your mileage and carrying extra fuel and making sure you have the right supplies to do something like this. And I thought it might be really cool to do in the Volvo wagon, right? I mean, it's a phenomenal road car, super comfortable. It has some ground clearance. It got some good all-terrain tires on it. But all the body cladding, like the fender flares and the bumpers and all that, are that like plastic, like you get like an Audi all-road, right? So it's kind of like, I feel like it's set up for a gravel adventure. Always wanted to do it in my truck to kind of get that badge of honor, but I was like, you know what? It might be cool to do it in a wagon. It might be cool for content. It might be good, for the shop, and it might be interesting for people out there watching this. I did recruit a couple of buddies. We're looking at taking a friend of mine, if he can make it, if everything works out, in his in the E30 Touring, which is a BMW E30 wagon. Another one of my buddies with a golf ball track. So we're trying to keep it like, I don't want to say lifted, but higher ground clearance, all-wheel drive Euro wagons take one of the most rural trips in all of the Northeast. And we're going to do it, and we're going to bring it home for the custom shop. So right now we're kind of just working out just light logistics here, like distance-wise. So basically the idea is from NYC, we'll be traveling up past the Canadian border, obviously, into Canada, into a small town here, right? And that small town is going to be the spot where we break off into something called the Route du Nord. Now here's the Route du Nord. The Route du Nord is a 253-mile long unpaved road that goes through, super rural wilderness on the northern Quebec area. So we're going to be taking this to make our way north. The thing is with this road is that from the first gas station before you start the Route du Nord to the next one that you're going to intersect on something called the James Bay Road is 350 miles without gas. So I'm just doing the numbers, but it looks like we'll be able to do this. That's probably our first stretch without gas. That's probably second to longest. Then from there we make our way to a town called Radisson, which is really, really north in Quebec. And the reason we're going that far up is to get to another gas station, essentially, fill up the cars, fill up the jerry cans. A jerry can holds about 5 gallons of gas. If I have 3 of them, that's 15 gallons. We're going to kind of stack them on the roof in a roof basket. All 3 cars will have that set up, so that should be enough mileage in the end. But from Radisson, the next day we're going to take our cars north and hit something called the Trans Taiga. This is kind of the main event road. And we're going to be going from west all the way east into the Taiga, about 400 and something miles all the way down. There's one spot in the middle that you can get some gas. It's about, I don't know, maybe the 250 mile mark or something like that, 240 mile mark. So from there to the end is about another 200 miles, and then you got to go back. So really, from the last gas station to the end of the world, it seems like, and then back to that gas station is about 400 miles. So that's the section that we would need to really use the gas, and that's kind of the longest stint we're going to be making without a gas station, a 400-mile round trip. So it'll work out. The BMW, with its gas tank and the 3 jerry cans, should have a 550-mile range, give or take. The Volvo 590 and the Volkswagen a little over 600. So we'll be good. And again, the most treacherous or the longest, stretch is going to be a 400-mile move we got to make without getting gas. So that should mean we would have at least 100, maybe 150 miles extra in fuel each by that point. So it should work. Door to door, like leaving NYC, doing this whole adventure, and then back to NYC should be almost 4,000 miles. And we're gonna do it. And we're gonna do it in 7 nights, 8 days, hoping to see like northern lights, supposedly the tranquility and just the silence in these areas is unbelievable. There is wildlife to see, bears, caribou, wolves, coyotes, cool stuff. So we're really excited to push the boundaries. I don't know many other people in the area that have done this trip in a couple wagons like this, but people have done it. But I think for New York City, I won't say we're the first, but we're going to be one of the first people to kind of really put it out there in the automotive world, shop-wise. So it's going to be really cool. I like challenging myself. I like having fun. And I'm going to go with some buddies, and we're gonna have a good time. So stay tuned. We got to start modifying the Volvo in the next upcoming episodes, because we plan on going in May, and it's already mid-February. So I mean, that's only 3 months, really.
Yeah, and it's gonna go fast too.
12 weeks, right? And out of 12 weeks, I mean, how many episodes are we gonna really do? Three or four,
probably. Yeah.
So I'm gonna start ordering parts now, so when I see you guys next time, we got something to throw on here. But yeah, we've been doing a lot of maintenance to the Volvo, which has been great, and it's a strong car, and I'm excited for this trip of a lifetime. Sick. All right, guys, we got another customer pickup. Finishing up this 2020 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro, lifted on an Ironman suspension. Also, we got a foam cell shock setup, so it's an adjustable front coilover with an aluminum upper control arm. Running a set of Method 703s. It's a matte black wheel, 17x9. Comes in a lower offset in the 17x9. Sometimes you run the 8.5s at the 0 offset. Brings the wheel into the body a little bit, but this gentleman wanted to sit a little more tough, so we ran the 17.9 at the lower offset, so the wheel and tire just pokes from the fender a little bit. Wrapped in the brand new BF Goodrich KO3. KO2 is one of like my biggest selling tires ever, so we're hyped on the new KO3. It looks great, drives great, sold a couple sets already, customers love them. And the truck is sitting just right. We're really happy to give it to him. That's it, starting on his overland career. So we got our base setup, right? Our wheels, tires, lift kit. We're gonna be building this for the customer over the next few months, and hope to bring it back for some other cool mods. But the truck drives great, happy to give it to him. Did a couple little things here and there, like the rear hitch receiver was a little rusted, so we touched it up for him, painted it over, just to make it look a little more clean. So this used to be kind of rusty, so it looks great now. Obviously, I changed the plate frame to the nice custom shop plate frame. Those are free. If you need one, come down, we'll hook you up. But yeah, other than that, just a clean build.
Tails?
Tail lights, yeah, we swapped out the tails. Just a clean project, I should say. And yeah, that's it, man. We'll be down here to pick it up. Gentleman lives maybe like in Warwick, kind of, I don't know, like northern kind of, above the city kind of area, Poughkeepsie, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm happy to give it to him. Shit's fun. Right? It's like, yo, Yo, what's up? What's up? Yo, do me a favor. Shut your mouth. This is fucking best.
You want to explain why we're getting on the highway, brother?
Why are we getting on the highway? Because we have a client, our buddy Greg, and he has this newer style, maybe 2020, Jesus Christ, potholes everywhere. Jeep Wrangler, and when he gets to a certain speed, it's a lot of wobbling in the cabin, 60 miles an hour. Truck starts to shake. We just hit 60 there, nothing, so that's good.
Oh, pretty good.
We found some loose bolts on his like rear control arms and things, and we thought maybe the rear diff was kind of just shimmying this way because all 4 control arms were loose. Like, I don't know if he had someone work on this car at some point or something, but I mean, I'm going 70.
Feels good.
I mean, it actually feels really good for a Wrangler.
Yeah.
Not hating on Wranglers, but they just don't have like most direct steering feel, really. I mean, it's a solid axle vehicle. Like, you can't expect much. They're superb off-road, right? But on-road, I mean, they're all right. It's not as direct as a car with like an independent suspension, steering rack, and all that, you know. But I mean, we're rocking here. 80. We're cruising.
Feels good.
Feels good. All right. We're looking good. Now we sit in traffic and we try to spin it around. And we get back to the shop in 4 hours.
Basically, yeah.
Basically, we basically just head home at this point.
Let's just take the
Greg,
truck
we're
home.
taking the truck, look at the mount. Look at the mount enough. Yeah, look at the mount. What the fuck is that?
Wait, do that again?
Look, that's Volvo, bro.
This is Volvo over-engineering, I guess. I don't know.
What the
What could this be?
Maybe I will put the other one in, because the other one is a little...
The hose is in? Nice.
How am I looking, boys?
How high? Right there.
Well, right there, you got. What's the level?
5.
Right. Little test drive with fresh motor Mizzies.
I definitely feel like there's less like I felt like before I was kind of losing torque in that shift, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know, unless it's all placebo. Sometimes you do something to your car and it's placebo, right?
Yeah, you're like, oh my god, I feel it, and it's like, nah.
It's the same shit. You know what I mean? I mean, it feels good. I mean, didn't feel bad before. It just needed
A little tighten.
No, that's nice. Let's listen to that.
Who's gonna edit that out?
That's the next thing on the list.
The list that never gets to 0.
It's feeling good though.
This one nice.
Needs an alignment.
Oh, shit, about to hit the Taiga.
I mean, God willing, dude.
Taiga prep.
Like, I'm hyped for all that, but like,
We need this to
dude,
survive.
this fucking car, like, I don't understand. Like, these Volvos, like, it's either you speak to someone, it's like, yeah, it went 500,000 miles, best car I ever had, or it's like,
Every 10,000 miles,
Yeah.
you just like, fucking kill me.
exactly.